And that, chaps, is my first meal. But that is my meal, steak and rice. That is my post-workout meal, chaps. This is my final meal. Nick Hijazi, the founder of the Mendes Cartel, the Natty King, the last true Natty Crusader, the one true heir to O'Hearn's Natty throne, and the president of the Natty Republic, El Presidente himself. Gentlemen, this is a full day of eating on my lean bulk. I'm going to show you every single meal I eat, all the macros for each meal, and walk you through a full day of eating on my lean bulk. So I've been lean bulking for a while now, over 2 months. And I'm going to show you, an average day of eating, what I eat. I eat the same stuff every day. I don't change what I eat. I'm not one of those people that changes what they eat. I literally eat the same standardized meals day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. I might change it every couple of months, but I'll keep it the same for like 2-3 months at a time, then switch it. So I've been eating the same stuff the entirety of this lean bulk. I'm going to show you everything I'm eating, every single meal. Let's get to it, people. Let's get down to business. I've just woken up. I'm a little bit tired. I've got to go down to Tesco and pick up all my supplies, so I'll bring you with me. Gentlemen, before we get into the video, if you want to get in the greatest natural shape of your life and you want full access to all of my training and nutrition programs, as well as 24/7 support from me, join my online community, the Mendes Cartel. Link in the description. You'll also have full access to my latest program in there, my advanced cutting guide, where I show you how I went from 240 pounds peak bulk down to 185 pounds lean and shredded. All right, chaps. And also, chaps, if you want to go an even further step than just being in my online community and you actually want full-on one-to-one coaching, go to my Instagram, link in the description, and DM me the word cartel. And Natty Republic merch is coming soon, by the way. It's coming out in a wash grey. So it won't be coming out in black, it's coming out in wash grey. But let's get down to business. Gonna go down to Tesco, get all my supplies, and let's get to it. Oh, sweet baby mama! All right, I'm going to Tesco. I've got a Tesco down below me. Below my flat. It is more expensive, to be honest. But it's just so convenient. I try and go to like Sainsbury's, which is a little bit cheaper, but Tesco's right below me. It's more convenient, so I'm just going to go there. But it is a little bit cheaper going to Sainsbury's. How are you, brother? £26 for all this. 26 quid. And to be honest, I think there's a lot of stuff I already had at home, so it was a lot cheaper than it normally is. All right, chaps, just got back from Tesco. Got all my stuff. Got to put this in the fridge. But let's get into the first meal. Let me put all this stuff away though. I already had a lot of stuff in the house, so like it came out to 26 quid for the day, but normally it's like 30 plus. So I already had bagels here. I already had a lot, and these cost nearly 5 quid combined, which is I normally bulk buy these from Amazon. I haven't been doing that lately, so it's making my shopping a lot more expensive. So I'm gonna actually bulk buy these. Buying these daily is not good because it increases the price significantly. So you don't want to buy these daily. Bulk order your monsters from Amazon. All right, let's get down to business. Let me put all this stuff in the fridge first. Peach flavored monster, unreal. I have 2 monsters every morning first thing. And you might be thinking, that's crazy. I'm a caffeine nut job. I love it. I've been doing it for years. Judge me, judge my health. I love Monster. I have 2 a day. And I consider myself a healthy guy. I have 2 Monsters every day though. A peach flavored today and a white Monster. I always have the OG white and then some kind of different color. But I've been going with peach lately a lot. I love peach. All right, let's get down to it. Meal number 1 is 6 medium eggs on 2 bagels. So 2 bagels and 6 medium eggs. That is my first meal. Let's get down to business. Let's get cracking. Let me get the frying pan out. A little slither of olive oil. Little touch of olive oil. I am not a great cook. Little slither of olive oil. Turn that heat up. 2 bagels. 6 eggs. That's it. That is my first meal every single morning. 2 bagels, 6 medium eggs. And that's what I have. I like to start the day with healthy fats, with the eggs, and nothing beats eggs. I don't care. Eggs are a superfood. Eggs are one of the greatest inventions in the history of mankind. Thank God for chickens. Thank goodness for chickens. Eggs, I'm telling you right now, everyone should be eating eggs. Your breakfast should always consist of eggs. I have 6 eggs, healthy fats, high in protein, 6 medium eggs on 2 bagels, some good carb sources here to fuel me for the day. Beautiful breakfast, 6 medium eggs on 2 bagels. Healthy fats, good protein with the eggs, and then a great source of slow digesting carbs. Great source of slow digesting carbs that's going to fuel me for the rest of the day. Complex carbohydrates. Let's get down to business, all right? Let me get the bread knife, cut these babies up. All right, I wait for the pan to be a little hot, and then I chuck the eggs on. All right, let me crack these eggs open. Chuck them on the frying pan. Here we go. Nothing better than eggs. And the way I eat, guys, is very, very simple, okay? I don't overcomplicate things. I eat good quality whole foods, and I do that consistently throughout the day. That's not a good one. 4 good ones and a bad one. I try and always get 6 good ones. That yolk's burst. But yeah, guys, the way I eat is very, very simple. Just good quality whole foods throughout the entirety of the day. Don't overcomplicate your nutrition. A lot of you guys try and come up with these fancy, jazzy meals. Listen, if you like to cook, and you want to be the next Gordon Ramsay and go on MasterChef, you can do that. For me, I'm not a great cook. I just eat simple meals that provide me with the nutrients I need. I eat for function, okay? Obviously, I try and make the food taste somewhat appetizing, but I eat for function. Does it make me better? Will this meal make me better? Yes, it will. It's going to improve me. Let me chuck these bagels in the toaster. Chuck those bagels in the toaster. Gentlemen. Look at this. I burnt them. Bloody burnt my bagels. Gonna have to do them again. Bloody hell. Burnt my bagels. I am a terrible cook. Literally just burnt my bagels. That's as black as anything. All right. That's a lot better. Didn't burn these. Oof, let me put these next ones in. Did not burn these. Always chuck a load of salt on your food as well. Guys, salt is so important for sodium, for pumps, for good blood circulation. Don't believe what your parents say and, oh, salt's bad for you. Salt's terrible. No, salt's a very, very good thing for you. Salt is very important for salt is something that you need to really function to a high level, to stay hydrated, good pumps in the gym. It makes you look bigger, it makes you feel thicker, it makes you feel fuller. Good blood circulation. Salt is very, very important. Getting in the necessary amount of sodium each day. So, guys, salt your food. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but salt your bloody food. All right, lads, the eggs are done. Let me chuck these eggs on the 2 bagels. 6 medium eggs. Do not judge my cooking skills. Try and scrape everything off. All right. And that, chaps, is my first meal. 6 medium eggs on 2 bagels. I'll put the macros and the calories on screen so you can see. Put the macros and calories on screen as you can see now. Those are the macros and calories for this meal. And that's my first meal. 6 medium eggs on 2 bagels. Oh, sweet North Carolina. Sesame seed bagels, by the way, guys. These are sesame seed bagels. Sesame seed bagels. And I forgot to say, guys, that I also have a protein bar in the morning with my 6 eggs and bagels. I also have a protein bar in the morning too that I forgot to say, and that was actually included in the macros for that meal 1. So that was included in the macros for meal 1. I also have a protein bar, grenade bar. This is cookie dough, chocolate chip. I have this in the morning, and that's included in the macros for meal 1. So I forgot to say that. I'm here with the co-founder.
Sup, boys?
Full day of eating. We're doing some work. Always hustling, always working. All right, next meal I'm cooking up, lady boys, is steak and rice. Sirloin steak, 225 grams. Let's get it. And I'm having 250 grams of basmati rice. Microwavable basmati. I chuck this in the microwave for 2 minutes. I like my food to be made quick, so I'm not gonna, this microwavable rice is just quick, it's easy. Put it in the microwave, pop it in, it's done. I'm not gonna cook my rice, it's a lot quicker. Judge me, but this is just a lot more efficient. And time is money in this game. For me, food is I'm not hungry right now. I'm getting this food down for a purpose. I'm not eating for taste or flavor. I'm getting this down for a purpose. Quick and easy, chuck it in the microwave. I don't want to cook. I don't have time to cook. And obviously, as a natural bodybuilder, as a professional natural bodybuilder, you know, food is everything. So if I don't find ways to make my meals quicker and sharper and more convenient, then I'm going to be in the kitchen all day, and I don't want that. So the microwavable rice makes my life a lot easier. All right, let's get down to business. So I put this on high heat. Sirloin steak, salt and pepper, chaps. Of course, both sides. Let's go. Salt and pepper on that baby. Salt, salt, salt. Salt, salt, salt. Woo! Let's chug that baby on. Chuck that baby on there. And then while that's cooking, let me put the rice in the microwave. Two minutes. Let's flip this baby. Flip that baby. Other side. All right, the rice is done. That's bloody hot. Let me put that in a bowl. Chop that up. Now just waiting for the steak. Let me cut this steak up. How does it look? How does it look? I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. That's all right. Medium rare. It's bloody hard to cut through the fat. Medium rare, I'll take that. Medium rare steak. Again, don't judge my cooking skills, chaps. I'm just... Yeah, I consider that medium rare. I think that's medium rare. I think I've nailed that. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. All right, chaps, and that is meal 2. Steak and rice. Let me chuck on some Nando sauce. I don't really count my sauces, by the way. This is Nando sauce. It's like 20 calories for a given serving. It's absolutely nothing. I don't track my sauces on a bulk. On a cut, I do. I'm a little bit more specific and exact. On bulks, I kind of just let the sauces fly. I don't really count them. But that is my meal. Steak and rice with a bit of Nando sauce drizzled on top. Medium Nando sauce. Steak, rice. I'll put the macros on screen as well as the weights of all the foods, as you can see right now. And that's my meal, boys. Meal 2. This is my pre-workout meal. I'm going to eat this, then head off to the gym. Get this baby down me. Oh, sweet baby mama. Steak and rice pre-workout. Steak and rice. Look at that, baby. Steak and rice. Nothing beats steak. A steak a day keeps the doctor away. All right, ladies. I'm just about to head off to the gym for a push day. Second push day of the week going down. Weighted dips on the agenda and strict military press. But what I always do pre-workout is get in some creatine. About 5 grams, give or take. Chuck that in there. My creatine's flavored creatine. This is Fruit Punch. I'm not a fan of non-flavored creatine. I used to take non-flavored creatine. I used to only take non-flavored creatine. Now I take flavored creatine. So much better, so much easier to get down. Get flavored creatine. But at the end of the day, like I've been saying, taste doesn't mean anything. So, I mean, I've had non-flavored creatine for pretty much my entire training career. I've only just started taking flavored. It just makes it a touch easier to get down, that's all. And also, chaps, a huge reminder throughout the entirety of the day, drink lots of water. Drink lots of water. Lots of water, 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 water. Very important. It's something I don't do enough is drink enough water. Sometimes like the day will go by and I haven't drank enough. So you drink, guys, drink water. So let me get this down. Let me chug this down. About 5 grams of creatine. And I'll see you ladies in the yard. All right, it's yard time. It's yard time. It's yard time. Let's go to the gym. Line bike heaven. Line bike heaven. Let me jump on one of these line bikes. All right, let's jump on this line bike. En route to the yard on my Ferrari. Let's go. Gimme, gimme, gimme a striker from Sweden. Good reps, I'll take that all day long. All right, we're on to incline skull crushers next, chaps. And guys, intra-workout, I have a Lucozade. Okay, 500 milliliter Lucozade for intra-workout carbs as I'm training. Intra-workout carbs, intra-carbs. And I don't count my liquid calories on a bulk. I don't count them. On a cut, obviously I will, but on a bulk, I'm more flexible. I don't really count them on a bulk. On a cut, obviously I do. And this bottle is about 130 calories. Okay, this is about 130 calories. I don't count it. Lucozade intra-workout carbs. I'm more flexible with liquid calories. Right, we're doing heavy skull crushers. Second set, got 5 reps on my first, going up in weight here as well. Today's a day of going up. These are tough on the elbows, man. Tough. But they make you so strong on your presses. Nice 5-piece, I'll take that. Same as my first set. Doing a cheeky bit of posing here, chaps. The lean bulk is going to plan. Everything's on point. Gonna quickly stop at the petrol station and get a quick drink. Post-workout. Nice post-workout tango. Not too bad at all when it comes to the macros and calories. 2 for £3. 2 for £3 instead of one for £2.20. So I got 2. Look at those guns, baby. Look at those guns, geezer. Oi, geezer. Oi, geezer. Look at those guns, geezer. The first thing I do when I get back from the gym post-workout is I have a nice drink, some kind of low-calorie drink. I don't like to go too high calorie. This is 19 calories. This is about 100 calories for the entire bottle. And like I said, I don't track liquid calories. And I also have a Rice Krispies snack post-workout. That is a post-workout ritual tradition. Is a Rice Krispies snack. I'll include the macros for this in the next meal that I'm going to show you in a sec. But what I do now is immediately post-workout is I go on my phone and start uploading all my stories and my swipe workout that I always do after my workout. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to have meal 3 post-workout. My post-workout meal. But I've got to upload my swipe workout, and that takes about 20 minutes before I can actually eat. Upload my swipe workout, upload my stories, get that all up, and then I can eat, then I can feast. All right, lady boys. I've uploaded my swipe workout, all my stories. Now time for meal 3, my post-workout meal. Let's get it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a little plate to cut the bagel on. So my post-workout meal, what I have is this. I have a 450 gram, 0% fat faye. I call it farge. The Greeks call it faye. They're pronouncing it wrong though. 450 gram farge, 0% fat yogurt with 150 grams of blackberries. And in the yogurt, I put honey with a banana as well. Let me get my banana. Here it is. So I have a banana, honey, and I put that in the yogurt. So what I have here is this. So I put 35 grams of honey in the yogurt. And lads, if you don't have a food scale, get a food scale. You need one. Very important. Even on a bulk, guys. On a bulk, I'm more flexible with like weighing my food and stuff like that. But I eyeball it a little bit more. But it's still important to be careful and weigh your stuff. You don't have to be 100% exact, but just make sure you do weigh some foods, because you can overshoot a lot. So I have 35 grams of honey. Okay. Let me bring this closer. 35 grams of honey. Put it in that baby. Right here. Right, 35 grams of honey. And mix that baby up. And then I cut up a banana and I put a banana in there. A medium-sized banana. I don't really weigh it, just a medium-sized one. Chug that baby in there. So that goes alongside the blackberries. Blackberries taste a lot better than blueberries to me. And then what I have alongside that is a bagel, as you can see here, with jam. There we go. Have a nice bagel. Let me cut that baby up. I haven't got a bread knife right now. So I cut this baby up. Terribly cut that. It's falling apart here. Oh no. And I've got to put this baby in the toaster. So I'm going to put this baby in the toaster. Excuse my kitchen. Let me put this baby in the toaster. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully this bagel stays together. It's falling in half. And the tripod's in the bloody way. So this bagel is falling in half. As you can see here, but hopefully I can salvage it somewhat. Do that. Boom. Okay. And I'll let that toast. And then I'll put some jam on it. Alright lads, the bagel's done. Somewhat salvaged it. What I do now is put some jam on it. And I don't weigh the jam. There's certain things I don't weigh, like there's certain things I do weigh. The jam I just do enough on each bagel to cover each one, really. If I was cutting, I would be very precise with how I weigh stuff. Bulking, you can be a touch off. On a lean bulk, you can be a touch off, give or take. Put this jam on. Now that, chaps, is my post-workout meal right there. A bagel, one bagel with jam, 0% fat Farge yogurt with 35 grams of honey, one medium banana, and then 150 grams of blackberries too. That is my post-workout meal, chaps. Meal 3, macros, calories will be on the screen as we speak. Meal 3, delicious, beautiful, tastes delicious. Fruit, quick digesting carbs post-workout. Honey, quick digesting. A nice 0% fat yogurt. Bagel, good carbs to have post-workout for recovery. Absolutely delicious post-workout meal. All right, final meal, lads. Before bed, I am having chicken and potato. Chicken and potato is my chicken and potatoes, my final meal. Okay. I don't even want to tell you what time it is because I am a nocturnal animal. If I told you the time, you wouldn't believe me. But this is it's very late. I'm having my last meal. Okay. Chicken's still in the fridge. I'm not going to take that out yet because the potatoes take so much longer to cook. They take nearly an hour to cook. Like 50 minutes. Chicken's a lot quicker. It takes about half the time. So I put the potatoes in the oven first. Then I put the chicken in later. About halfway through. So potatoes. I've got these baby potatoes from Tesco. And they cook a lot quicker. Obviously because there's smaller surface area. So they cook quicker. Alright. Alright, let me put some salt on these. Always salt your food. Checking on that Himalayan salt. Putting loads of salt on there. And also a swig of olive oil. Nothing crazy. Just a swig. And then I'm going to chuck that in the oven. That goes in the oven. 200 degrees, about 50-55 minutes, give or take. Again, I might be off there with the timings. I'm not a great chef. And then halfway through, I put the chicken in. I'll put the chicken in. All right, lads, time for chicken breast. All right. I have an absolute boatload of chicken. I have an absolutely ridiculous amount of chicken. I recommend, whether you're cutting or bulking in your diets, no matter whether you're cutting or bulking, whether you're cutting or lean bulking, have a lean source of meat, like chicken breast or tuna, for example, and have a fattier source of meat, like steak or a high-fat minced beef or salmon. You want to have at least 2 meat sources in your daily diet. A leaner source, like chicken breast, tuna, turkey breast, or a fattier and a fattier sauce like steak, salmon, minced beef, that kind of stuff. Always have 2 different types of meat in your daily diet. A fatty sauce like a steak, tuna. What am I saying, man? Let me say that again. Always have 2 different types of meats in your diet. Have a fattier type of meat, steak, salmon, minced beef, or a leaner type of meat like chicken breast, tuna, or turkey breast. That's what you want to do. You want to match and couple a lean sauce, and earlier today I had steak. I'm a little bit tired. And obviously steak's my fatty sauce. This is my lean sauce now. I am very tired, boys. I'm repeating myself here, but you get the idea. I have a lot of chicken. All right, let me chuck all this in. I weigh my chicken and potato fasted, by the way. Salt that baby up. Salt that baby up big time. Salt and pepper on the chicken. Tired, chaps. I'm bloody tired. Let me get that down. And I also chuck on a tiny bit of Nando sauce as well. I love this medium Nando sauce stuff. Tastes delish. You kind of just wipe that over the chicken with a knife. Chuck it in. All right. Let me chuck that in the oven. Oh, bloody hell. Potatoes not quite done yet, but that will be out soon. And then I put the chicken breast in there for about 25-30 minutes. Half the time of the potato, so I'm starving. Gimme, gimme, gimme a striker from Sweden. Gimme, gimme, gimme a striker from Sweden. All right, the potatoes are bloody done. Chicken's not done yet, but potatoes are definitely done. All right. So I weigh my potatoes. I've got to put this raw chicken back in the fridge. I weigh my potatoes. Cooked. And people always ask, should you weigh your food cooked or raw? It really doesn't make a difference, as long as the corresponding calories are correct. If you're going to weigh your food raw, make sure you're using the raw corresponding calories. If you're going to weigh your food cooked, make sure you use the cooked corresponding calories. It's that simple. You weigh your food raw, you use the corresponding calories for that raw weight. If you weigh your food cooked, you use the corresponding calories for that cooked weight. It doesn't matter if you weigh your food cooked or raw. But I'm weighing these potatoes cooked, and I do 500 grams cooked. All right? So let me weigh these babies out. 500 grams cooked. And these are boiling hot right now, piping hot. But let me put that in there. 500 G's cooked. It's bloody hot. Let me switch that for a bigger one. Let's go for this baby. Bingo was his name. All right, 500 grams, just over 500 grams of cooked potato right there. Gonna wait for the chicken to be done. All right, the chicken's done, geezer. The chicken's done, geezer. The chicken is done. Let me get the chicken out of the oven. Chicken is finito la musica. Bingo was his name. All right, chicken's done. Gonna weigh up my chicken. Chicken breast wise, I'm quite flexible with the chicken. I go about 350, 400 grams, give or take. I eat a lot of chicken breast. This is 100 grams plus protein. This is a lot of protein right here. I'm gonna cut this up first on a plate. I'm out of chopping board, so I have to cut it up on a plate. I'm gonna go, hopefully this is properly cooked. Yes, it is, thankfully. I think I've nailed it, to be honest. I think I've absolutely nailed it. Let me show you, because a lot of you guys think I'm a top cook. I am the next Gordon. I am the next Sir Gordon. Sir Gordon. Let's go, sir. Chicken, cook this baby up. So I go about 350, 400 grams, give or take. Alright, let's see how much this baby weighs. Let's see how much this baby weighs. Shoot. Bang on the money, over 400 grams. It's probably a touch too much. I'll leave, yeah, I'll go 385. 385 grams of chicken breast. Let me plate. So I've got the potato here, the chicken breast here. Let me plate these babies. And I'm going to eat it. I also forgot to mention, chaps, alongside the chicken and potato, I have 30 grams of roasted cashews. 30 grams of cashews as well, alongside the chicken and potatoes. Roasted cashews. All right, chaps, this is my final meal. 500 grams of cooked potatoes, 350 to 400 grams of cooked chicken breast with 30 grams of cashews, as you can see here. And then I've also got some mayonnaise ketchup sauce, is what it's called. I normally just have straight ketchup, but I've run out of ketchup. So I had to have this mayonnaise ketchup sauce. I just found it in the fridge and I've got to have it with some kind of sauce. I've got to have this meal with some kind of sauce. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult and hard to get down. But this is my final meal, chaps. I'm going to put the macros and calories on the screen. As you can see here for this meal. Lap them up, enjoy them, look at the calories and macros. And now I'm going to put the total calories and macros for the entire day. Total calories and macros for the entire day of eating on screen right now. Just under 4,300 calories. And that's not including the liquids. If we include the liquids, it's probably more like 4,500. So my full day of eating, because there's a couple stuff I don't track, really comes out to around like 43 to 4,500 calories, okay? 43 to 4,500 calories is what I'm eating on my lean bulk. These are the exact calories and macros. Just under 43, but if you include the liquids, it's like between 43 and 4,500 calories. Around 45 if you include the liquids. But yeah, just under 4,300 calories is my full day of eating. As you can see, the macros on screen. And yeah, boys, I'm trying to prioritize a nice lean bulk. Nothing crazy. Only entering into a mild surplus. No extreme crazy surplus like before where I'm just putting on too much fat. And it's the old analogy of the house, building the house. You only need a certain amount of tools when building a house. More tools are not going to help you build that house quicker. It's the same when building a physique. More food is not going to help you build muscle quicker as a natural. Once you're in that mild surplus that maximizes muscle growth, more food, a bigger surplus, a more extreme surplus, is just going to equate to more fat gain. It's pointless. And that's what I was doing before. I was eating for the sake of eating and being in an extreme surplus and just gaining fat when I was already eating enough just to gain the muscle I needed without the fat. So now I'm eating that perfect amount where I just gain muscle tissue and completely minimize fat gain. Lean bulking, that's the goal. And guys, I eat the same thing every single day. I don't change what I eat. It's literally the same thing each and every day. I eat for function, not really for taste. And listen, I try and make my food taste somewhat good, but I'm a simple guy. I can eat the same thing every day for like months on end. So I eat this pretty much every single day. This is exactly what I've been eating on my lean bulk. That is my full day of eating, chaps. That is my full day of eating. Nick Kajazi, the founder of the Mendez Cartel, the Natty King, the last true Natty Crusader, the one true heir to O'Hearn's Natty throne, and the president of the Natty Republic, El Presidente himself. Subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, join the Mendez Cartel, link in the description. If you're interested in one-to-one coaching, go to my Instagram and DM me the word cartel. Natty Republic merch is coming soon in a wash grey colour. And as always, chaps, long live King Charles III, and God bless Sir Winston Churchill. Let me do that one more time. And as always, long live King Charles III, and God bless Sir Winston Churchill.